How many times did my mother say, "I'm okay," when she wasn't? How many nights did she cry where we couldn't see? And how many things did she sacrifice just so her children could believe everything was gonna be alright? I remember waking up and seeing you already dressed, coffee in your hands, but exhaustion on your face. You smiled like nothing happened, asked me if I slept okay, then walked into the kitchen and carried on with your day. I was too young to understand what your silence meant, too young to recognize the sadness behind every sentence. You'd say, "Don't worry about me," like mothers aren't allowed to need somebody too. Like somehow loving us meant you had to disappear inside yourself. You made dinner when you didn't feel like eating. You paid bills when your own heart was breaking. You hugged us with tears still hiding somewhere behind your eyes. And I thought that was just what mothers did. I didn't know you were surviving. You never showed us how heavy life had become. You only showed us how to keep going. Mom, I see the tears you hid, the ones you wiped away before we walked in. You said you were fine when your heart was breaking. You gave us everything while you had nothing left to give. Mom, I see the tears you hid, and I'm sorry I was too young to know you were carrying the whole world just to make sure we never felt the weight of it. I remember little things that didn't mean much back then. The way you stayed awake until every child was home again. The way you checked the locks before you finally went to bed. The way you whispered prayers when you thought nobody heard. You'd sit beside my bed when I was scared of the dark. Never told me you were fighting your own darkness. You told me everything would work out, even when you had no reason to believe it yourself. You gave me confidence when you were running out of it. You gave me hope when yours was hanging by a thread. And somehow you still found enough strength to make breakfast the next morning. Yeah, I didn't understand why you sometimes stared out windows, why certain songs made you suddenly get quiet, why you disappear into the bathroom for a minute, then come back smiling like nothing happened. I thought you were tired, I didn't know you were crying. I thought you were quiet, I didn't know you were carrying memories you didn't want us to inherit. You protected us from problems we couldn't solve. You protected our childhood by hiding pieces of your adulthood. And that's something I'll never forget. You let us be children by carrying the things children shouldn't have to carry. Now I'm older and I finally understand those moments weren't weakness, they were sacrifice. Mom, I see the tears you hid, the ones you wiped away before we walked in. You said you were fine when your heart was breaking. You gave us everything while you had nothing left to give. Mom, I see the tears you hid, we never felt the weight of it. I wish I could go back to some of those nights, sit beside you in the kitchen under that yellow light. Tell you you don't have to hide it, tell you you can cry, tell you you don't have to be the strong one every second of your life. I wish I could've noticed the exhaustion in your eyes. Wish I could've understood the silence behind your smile. Wish I knew that sometimes the person saying I'm okay is actually asking, please notice I'm not. But you never asked us to carry your pain. You just wanted us to have a chance. And now that I'm older, I understand the price. You sacrifice sleep, you sacrifice dreams, you sacrifice pieces of yourself so we could become who we wanted to be. You gave us your best days when you were having your worst. You made sure our plates were full, even when your own heart was starving. You taught us how to love without teaching us the cost. You showed us resilience without telling us how much it hurt. And maybe that's why I didn't understand, because you made suffering look like strength. You made sacrifice look ordinary. You made impossible things look easy. Mom, You don't have to hide the tears anymore. You don't have to tell me you're okay. If you're not, you spent your whole life making sure I had someone to lean on. Now, let me be somebody you can lean on too. If your hands are tired, let me hold them. If your heart is heavy, let me hear it. If there are things you've never told anybody, you don't have to protect me from them anymore. I'm grown now, I can understand. And if your tears finally fall,